What up, my fellow Blue Mages? First and foremost, let me apologize for taking so long to put more of these out. With the release of Diablo 4 after my last Blue Mage video, I had been very busy getting the story done and then doing season. I thought in between the first two seasons I'd have time to do more Blue Mage videos. That wasn't the case because they dropped as one ended. The day one ended, the second started. But now that I've gotten into a rhythm with my seasons, and I'm going to get back to doing weekly Blue Mage Mass Carnivale events to help out. For those of you who are struggling with the Mass Carnivale weeklies so that you can get those free teleports, since teleporting around the world now is super expensive in some areas. So with that being said, let's get started. So our first challenge is going to be blobs in the wood. This one's fairly simple since it's the novice. We don't have anything special we have to achieve. So for this one, the two spells I really like to take because it makes it just super easy is one, let's get rid of this current spell I'm using. And Tingle. And I like to take Sonic Boom because it has a fast cast rate and it has pretty good range. And then the next one, which is kind of mandatory for this challenge, is going to be Loom, your teleport ability, so that you can get around faster, because in the second act the blobs will limit your mobility. You're basically going to be running in place. So it'll look something like this. Your first challenge is going to be very, very simple. We're just going to run around here. And then before he blows up and does the last song, we'll come around the corner. And then we'll come around here. And we'll Sonic Boom this guy. And then we'll go around the corner before last song explodes again. And voila, we are on to the second part of the performance. Now this is where Loom is going to come in very handy, is on the next act. Because as you can see, he's going to hit us with the debuff, heavy. Now we can't move, so we want to teleport. And that's all we're going to do, is just teleport around the arena so that he can't blow us up. Pretty simple, right? Easy novice one for the first challenge. And there we go. We're off to the races. That's our C weekly event. And I don't really worry about the score. And I should have checked to make sure I'm not going to overcap my allied seals. I will not, so that's good. So our next event is going to be Bombity of Errors. So for this one, we have beginner spellcasting. So if we go into our details, beginner spellcasting is any ranked 1 or 2 spells. So for this, we're going to want to get rid of... Oops, that's not my spell book. We're not going to want to use Sonic Boom because it is a 4-rank spell, but when we look at the second act, as we can see, the big boss, the area I don't know how to say that, Progenitrix, is weak to wind. So we have another option in that we can replace Sonic Boom with Alpine Draft. So that's what we'll do right here. We're not going to need Loom, so I'll get rid of that. And in its place, I'm going to put Mind Blast. And the reason for that is Mind Blast is a rank 1 spell. And it also afflicts paralysis, which, as we can see when we go into the challenge, this enemy is vulnerable to paralysis, so that's going to help us out a lot. And also another spell we're going to take is going to be Off Guard and Song of Torment, and those will be the only 4 spells we actually use in the battle. So with that being said, we'll enter the challenge. And there's the first part. And then we're going to run all the way around to the back right here. And then we're going to... Oop, I messed that up, but no worries. I forgot that this particular spell does not have the reach of Sonic Boom, and there we go. Now it's just off to the races to pummel it down with Alpine Draft. Now for a safe measure too, we could have taken a flying sardine, so that we could stop him from using the big explosion move. I did not, but as you can see, it's not a problem. That's the paralysis will also take care of that as well. And here we are, burst. That's the big explosion move that he would use, but he's dead. But if you wanted to play it extra safe, you would take Flying Sardine. It's an insta-cast interrupt. But because paralysis might not be so dependable. So now we get to our last challenge. This one is going to be Enfeeble Me Tenderer, which means we need to afflict 9 detriments. And beginner spellcaster, so we can only use rank 1 and 2 spells, so that's going to make this a little tricky. But to solve that problem, what we're going to do is... Let's see, where are all of my spells I don't need? I don't need Bristle. I don't need White Wind. I don't need Moon Flute. Alpine Draft is out the window. I won't be needing Triple Trident. I won't be needing Mantra Magic or Phantom Flurry. So we're going to go into what we actually do need. So this boss, when we look at the second act of Gentleman Prefers Swords, he is weak to lightning. So we want a main attack spell that's going to be lightning based. But unfortunately, High Voltage is a 4-star. My favorite go-to lightning spell, which is Reflux, is the 4-star, but we have Electrogenesis. We're going to make that our primary attack button. And now we need debuffs. So for 2-star debuffs, we're going to start from the beginning and we're going to go... We'll keep Off Guard. That'll count as a debuff. As does Song of Torment. That's 2 debuffs. And then we're going to pick up the Ram's Voice for our 3rd debuff. And then we're going to go on ahead and we're going to grab Magic Hammer, because it'll give us Conk for our 4th debuff. We'll keep Mind Blast for our 5th debuff. For our 6th and 7th debuff, we'll take White Knight and Black Knight Tor. White Knight will give... has the slow effect. Black Knight has the bind effect. I don't need Whistle. I'll take Ultra Vibration. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I know what I'm forgetting. We're also going to take Acorn Bomb for one of our debuffs. And I actually want this over here because I'm going to take Flying Sardine, which I should have taken the last run. I got lucky for an interrupt. And now we have 4, 7, 8, and with Addle, which will count as a debuff, we have our 9 detriments. So how this works is you don't have to use all the detriments in one act. You can space them out, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So we're going to start at the very beginning, and we're going to get all of our detriments out the way. So what we'll do is we'll target the wolf, and we're going to put them all to sleep for 1. And then we're going to White Knight's Tour to use Slow for 2. Black Knight's Tour for Bind for 3. Ram's Voice to freeze them for 4. And then Ultra Vibration just to kill them off so we can move on to the next event. Now once again, we got 5 more debuffs that we have to apply to this guy. So that we can get our 9, we're going to do those right off the beginning again. And that's going to look like this. Off Guard for 1. Song of Torment for 2, Magic Hammer for 3, Mind Blast for 4, and Addle for 5. And now we can just focus on killing him. Interrupt that. And there we go. There's our weekly target, or our A weekly target for the week, and we've successfully completed the Mass Carnivale for the week. So once again, I apologize for not posting these as often as I usually do, but in the future I will be doing them once a week. Matter of fact, I'm going to start doing them once a week right now. So until next week, we'll see you again, Blue Mages. Thanks for hanging out.